Choom to who? More like choom to whom? This week on The Hapless Heroes.
Who just walks into someone's ship and starts biting people's butts? That's fucked up, man.
Welcome, everyone, to another amazing episode of The Hapless Heroes. And this is amazing because I, today, will be playing your GM.
Whoa.
But before I get into all of that...
Wait, who's I? Who are you?
What?
But you can't recognize from my chaos voice?
How did we get here?
Hey, buddy, I'm having a crisis right now. Just let me have it. Anyway, I am Seb, and let me introduce our amazing cast, starting on my virtual left with Nicole as Glorp Glup Glup.
Oh no, I'm not normally first. I don't know what to say.
Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzbor.
I'm always ready for an adventure, even if it seems a little bit different this time.
Lou as Lev Zangief.
I am not allowed to sing the song that I would like to sing right now.
We got Fran as Percival Flawhest.
Oh, hello everybody. It's so nice to be back.
And joining him as a player at this table for the first time that I've seen, Dave as March the Hare.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I was in the bath.
I hope you made some good toast. Now, I'm going to start this session the way that I like to start my sessions. And I'm going to ask simply, are you guys ready?
I don't know yet. I feel like I'm as ready as I can be while knowing next to nothing about what's about to happen.
Oh, yeah. You really don't. And with that, I'd like to bring us in. We have recently launched from Accipiter, leaving Elmer's Rest in the rearview mirror. As we launch into the astral space, on our way to potentially save and or disrupt whatever Jam's doing. But we know one thing. We don't trust that Tink as far as we can throw him. And Lev, throw him pretty far. So that's actually not a good... Anyway, as we are in the astral sea, normally the trip that we are on would take weeks, maybe even months, according to the map that I read last night. However, Choom has done some tinkering with the ether engine.
Mm-hmm.
And you are all moving at a rate that is much faster than the normal.
We would expect no less. I feel like, we already saw a taste of this as we made our way to Accipiter. And we did I know we kind of talked a little bit about it as the episode was coming to a close when I, left things off of resupplying. Oh, yeah. I think we can take it as read. We have resupplied, we have refitted, and we out.
And Choom did mention something about getting to Jam as fast as possible and dumping as much phlogiston as we have into the engine, which has caused this engine to purr. And I mean purr as in roar, as in we are flying, folks. Within 3 days, we have made it what would take normally a week. Don't worry, Fran, I see that look. I will be nerfing us. Don't worry. As we're going.
Bro. Listen, we adapt and warp things around what all of us create together. So don't look at me for approval. If you're just tell your story, brother.
Everybody has 7 million gold. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes! Okay, wait, hold on. So there are some laws that we still have to. It's okay. We can. We'll
workshop it.
What's the word? Yeah, we'll work it out after this. We'll just.
That just means really bad things happen to inflation, right?
we single-handedly
not for
beat
us.
the galactic economy.
Not for us, though.
You can't just inject more GP into the market than it's ready to handle because then everything's just going to go.
Yeah, everything's going to be out, and then we're going to be hunted by everyone, but we'll have a lot of money, so it'll be fine. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was going to agree. Yeah, we'll be $7 million richer, or GP richer. So
Fuck everyone else.
Yeah, it won't matter.
I need to know something very important in this moment. Okay, we've been in Astral City for 3 days, and I need a very quick rundown. What's everyone doing? March.
We have established we don't really need to sleep, eat, or anything like that while we out here. So
No, but we're really moving. Like, do I taste? It tastes like pennies. Do I smell toast?
That's just me cooking. You hear it from the cockpit.
No, wait, hold on. Chum, I told you that you weren't supposed to install cooking equipment in the actual cockpit. You realize how much critical equipment is in there, right? And that's why we have a kitchenette on the lower on the level right below us.
Chum with a little griddle right off the side of the cockpit.
I spent
there,
so
just
much time
flipping.
setting up the ventilation for the hood, for the stove that everybody so desperately wanted, and now you're just gonna
Flips.
Percival
Percy,
has
if you're
spent,
nagging me, I'm assuming you're standing next to me, correct?
that's probably what I have been doing for the last 3 days. Is
Good.
nagging Chum in whatever, because again, whatever rush job was just done to the ship to get us up and out and back into the sea again, I know corners were cut somewhere. He did something stupid again and didn't at least run even the shadow of an idea.
Stupid is subjective. So you're standing next to me. Noted. March, what you doing? Sitting, standing, hanging out?
Oh, no. I mean, it's early. I feel like it's early. I mean, since we're in the Astral Sea, time doesn't actually mean anything, and it's simultaneously midnight and noon and 6 o'clock and 11 in the afternoon and all these fucking things. But
So you're drinking? I'm just kidding.
Well, yes, but it's coffee this time because I feel like it's early.
Is that coffee hot? Quick question.
Is that a rhetorical question?
Always,
Okay.
it seems.
Oh yeah, it's always hot. Brew.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, bud?
I think he's doing kind of like a mix of some meditation. He's probably playing around with the maps a little bit, making sure kind of things are going well there.
You're at your station?
Sure, yeah.
Beautiful. Florp?
You said it's a total of 3 days?
Yeah.
I've been
Going on the third.
teaching Lev how to turn caps lock off on his phone.
I
We're
still
not
don't
there
get
yet.
Useful.
It helps.
So you're with Lev. Lev, where would you be?
I would say over 3 days, Lev has actually learned a lot. Aside from learning about caps lock, ever since I'm just gonna say that prior to the reliquary, someone taught Lev that he has a camera on his phone and he's started taking pictures of things. And so he's probably also talked to maybe March to kind of get him like a better camera or something like that he can take pictures with, because he wants to show his kids like all the stuff that he's been doing and be like, oh yes, this is great friend Chum, like that kind of thing. And
Hands you egg sandwich. He
everything.
finished
Yeah, yeah.
cooking on the griddle.
Right. Yeah, and it's like blurry pictures of like the lights or something, and his thumb is like in the middle of this some of the pictures.
It's just a Haddesy foot in the corner. Hey,
Yeah.
people pay for that.
It's like a picture inside his coat or something.
Blurred
Through
picture.
The
Okay.
fabric of his pockets.
So what I'm picking up from what y'all putting down, the only one who reasonably at this time might have a seatbelt on is Brew, correct?
Uh-oh.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, no, I'm just wondering.
No.
Mark,
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say,
Probably.
truthfully, that is probably accurate. Only because I feel like Percival would be scouring the ship to figure out what exactly did you do that I didn't see you do, and this has been an exhaustive investigation. Again, because we don't really need to sleep, he's taking advantage of the fact that we don't need to sleep while we're out here to do a thorough and exhaustive investigation of the ship to figure out.
You said 2 words.
What you've been up to.
You've
In
got
that
trust
sentence.
issues.
I
2
do,
words in
yes.
that. 2 words
He's
in that
given them
sentence.
to me.
You said investigation and advantage. I would like you to roll investigation without advantage. That's just
You're a motherfucker.
March. While you're
I don't
chilling,
like the power that he has over me now. I don't like this.
You
While
made
you're
this
drinking your
choice,
coffee.
Fran. You made this choice.
I would like to assume-
gladly, and I would do it again.
I would like to assume, March, that you're connected to the system at large on the ship. So wherever you are, you're
Yeah,
That's
pretty
kind of his job.
Yeah.
right. You are seeing several notifications flagged, and I would like you to roll me a computer's check. What did you get on that investigation there, Frank?
16. So a +5.
So, as you've kind of crawled your way up into the engine room, it's tight for you, real tight. You can tell.
It's not me crawling up in there. It's me sending Ollie, my little homunculus servant, like
Love
robot
that.
thing, to get into the places I can't. So I'm viewing it through my little tablet screen.
It
right?
looks
Yeah.
like a jungle. Wires connected
I mean-
from wall to ceiling to engine.
Tell
you
me
see
something
the prism.
I don't know.
It is sparking. It is hot. It is almost looks like way overloaded.
Unstable.
And it is the ether is just hissing out. What was that computer's roll, March?
Dirty 25.
You recognize check engine light when you see it. And as you open the notifications, you get several bombarded immediately. The first being overheating, the second being massively overheating, the third be critically overheating, and the fourth one, shit. Everybody roll me a dexterity saving throw, except for Brew.
Yay!
Oh, right. Oh, good job, Percival. You're listening. That's not your biggest strength, but you got it. You got it, bud.
Also, I'm gonna need a con save from, or not con, do dex save from Ollie.
From Ollie? Oh, my little servant thing. It's floating. Yeah, let me get its little stat sheet. Hold on. I have it in the handouts thing.
Ah.
This week on Apple Cereal, Seb kills the homunculus immediately.
No, just make another one,
I
motherfucker.
know.
It's just all you're doing is wasting my time.
Yeah.
My character's time, not me. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So let's get these dex saves. Glorp, what'd you do? How'd you do?
7.
7. That's my favorite number. Lev,
Double that.
14. Love it. We'll get Percy and Ollie at the same time, so we'll do Dave. March.
All right, so I got 12, and I've got something in my pocket if that's not enough to succeed.
You should reach in your pocket.
Okay, so we've got lucky footwork. When you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction to roll a d4 to add to the save, potentially turning the failure into a success.
I love that. Especially because you are holding a hot cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And Percy, how'd you do?
The absolute filthiest 20 from me.
Yes.
And a slightly less filthy 19 from my Ollie.
So, go
4
ahead,
on the d4
March.
takes me to a 16.
Takes you to a 16. As you are watching Ollie kind of make its way through the wires and you're looking at the engine proper, you see the same thing March is seeing, but you're seeing it in real time. All the wires start glowing red hot, and the ether that is now spilling out into the engine room. Well, I think we're just about to find out that that's combustible. As Ollie just manages to make it back down through the chute as a backdraft of air sucks in, and then boom, the entire ship just starts shaking violently. And I'm pretty sure the only one that failed was Glorp. So, Glorp,
Glorp.
you will be attached to the nearest wall in your plasmoid splatter pattern, I think we'll call it.
Yep.
As
fair.
you're being shoved The ship is now almost in a direct tailspin. It is in its envelope still. You're still in the astral sea, but it is no longer maintaining a direction, and it is pushing at incredible speeds in a random direction. Choom, literally, you hear him go, "Oh, fuck, Lev, I need you. And you see the steering wheel is whipping him around in circles as he's trying to hold on to the pilot. Lev! Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you do, Lev?
Yeah, help him.
I guess my first question would be, where on the ship am I? Or where do you imagine I am?
So you were taking a picture of my feet, if I remember correctly. So you're pretty
fair.
close.
They're all hands.
That's fair.
Hey man, don't take this away from the people that have fetishes, okay? Kink shame.
I mean, Lev would probably know something about the ship at this point.
Also spinning like joystick in a circle. Maybe stop.
Yeah, I'll go for like the emergency brake or something like that.
Okay.
Sure.
Woo.
Why
Yeah,
not? There's got to be an emergency brake on any vessel, really, right?
Yeah, big red button that says stop.
Just cuts the engines and like.
Oh
yeah.
no.
What do you want me to roll? I
Well,
rolled the thing, but
I rolled a thing. So hold on. I just
okay.
wanted to see the chances in Choom prioritizing an emergency brake.
That's fair.
And I rolled a 2.
because that is a component on every astral seafaring vessel. Is the the thing that can pull you out of cruising speed should you need to, in the event of there's like automated systems that make it stop so that you don't collide with something.
Yeah. And with the 2 I just rolled, Choom's philosophy is, why the fuck would we need that? Why are we trying to stop?
Because, if you're getting vaporized going, like beyond the speed of light, it'll be painless, I guess, but it's not going to be pretty.
You press the button, and for a second, everything glorp unsticks from the wall. And for a second, the joystick stops spinning.
Okay, in that second, can I grab that, or is that a
Sure? Give me a
second?
Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay,
I like that. You're trying to be quick. Trying to be quick with it.
I am trying to be quick with it. A dirty 20.
You guys are rolling so filthy today, and Choom is so proud. Anyway, as you grab the joystick, Choom looks up very, very sad. And he says, I probably should have installed that on both sides. Boom! Engine. Another roar of fire coming from the engine as it starts spinning in the opposite direction. Lev, I'm going to need a strength save to stop it from spinning.
Oh, God. I just dropped my dice.
That's not a good sign.
A save or just a...
Save.
Okay. Not a saving throw, right?
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
Oh, it is a saving throw. Then I... 21?
Can you do something for me? All right. You, as it jolts at you, all 4 hands on this joystick, just holding it steady. And it's taking all of your focus, all of your attention to just hold this joystick. But we have stopped spinning. An alarm beep, 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 through the entire ship. Just red light turns on. We're in red mode as Choom just throws up next to the seat. Probably shouldn't have eaten eggs. Glow Percy!
Because they haven't. Okay, first of all, and I hate to interrupt with this disturbing thought, but because of the fact that we've kind of agreed that biological processes effectively pause when you're in the sea, like Marge is drinking coffee almost nonstop, but what would the implications be of all of these things suddenly resuming and everything hitting us at once, or the food you already had in you, it's still there and it hasn't.
We're gonna find out.
That means you don't state.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
The implications of all of this. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
So I just threw up a whole
Interesting.
egg.
This
Like,
is
is what
a
you're saying.
this
Like,
is
the
a
egg
very
is
this
just
is like
still-
this plane that the astral sea is. It is just the astral plane. So this is effectively like a very metaphysical place. And so like a lot of the physical properties that we have as biological beings don't work the same way. So I'm starting to ponder
Yeah, but everyone
the
poops.
yeah. Anyway. Let's not get lost in the sauce here necessarily.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. Let's return to the chaos as you hear over the intercom. Alert! Fire in engine room, you big boy. Alert! And Choom's just like,
what did you do? Why would you to program the right? It doesn't matter.
Percy, stop freaking out! I need you to take Glorp to the engine room. I need you to deal with that fire now. Go!
I'm gonna try to peel Glorp off of the wall.
Well, Glorp
now
would be
that we've stopped
unpeeled.
moving,
now
or
that
at
we
least
stopped
just help
spitting.
them up in some way, if that's possible. If that would be helpful for Glorp.
Lev is still holding on to the pilot stick, and he's taking his phone out to take a picture of himself.
Oh my
Take a selfie.
Your muscles are all flexing.
It's one of the littler arms that doesn't do as much of the strong stuff,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So Glorp actually needs to unpeel themselves from the side of the ship, right? Because they're like imprinted around all the buttons and like stuff. So right, so you hear like a kind of like as they like pop themselves off the side of the wall, and then reform arms and a head, and Glorp's magical face, and then say,
Engine room, fire? I don't want to go near the fire.
Yeah, and like it's barely an engine room. It's like you open the walls and then there's like the tiny room where like the back of the engine is. You know what I mean?
And
It's like a
presently,
crawl space almost.
you open the walls and there's fire.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And ether spraying out more fire. So Choom is just gonna be like, Glorp, I think you have the best chance out of any of us right now, and I need Brew at his council. Brew, I need you to find a system, a wild space system we can drop in and flag a mayday. We need help, or we're gonna be stuck in this astral state spinning forever.
You try to put a SOS to this to the signal. The people who broadcast the Galnet. What are they called? The data brokers. The data brokers. We can send an SOS there. They can just because then it'll get pinged to all the other places.
Right, but we need to be in wild space first, or else they're not gonna pick it up.
Also,
No,
Choom,
but they're out here. Their fleets are out here. That's what I'm saying. Like we can project the signal. We just look.
Percy, fire!
Okay.
It's literally getting bigger
well,
while
this
you're
doesn't
talking
really
about
seem
this.
like the time for a science lesson. I am a 99% water-based being, and water and heat, I don't really feel like being steam.
Choom is literally crying at this point.
The ice. You can shoot the ice. Shoot the ice at the panel so we can at least get the door open.
I shart and I throw one into the
not
fire.
ice shard. Okay, fine.
You see like a tiny little.
just kind of hoping for like a ray of frost, not necessarily like.
Why did Glorp have to push to make the shard?
They have this whole time. Every time they've used this spell.
And here's a sound effect for you, Fred. And Brew, can I have a navigator's tools check?
I hope so.
And you know what? I'm gonna give you advantage because you've been sitting at that console this entire time.
Thank God. Because my reign of
thank
nat
me.
ones have not stopped.
Oh shit!
My goodness.
Oh God.
Oh,
I'm still sad. Okay, give me 1 second. It is a 14.
With a 14, you can see that you've been traveling for like I said, you've traveled almost a week's worth of travel in 3 days. So you've made it one whole quadrant on your journey. And you notice there is a neutral system nearby. And if you look in your Discord, I sent you a little mappy poo
Yeah, I have it up.
where you can so you see that. You see that we're close.
Choom, I think we can get to a place quickly. Brahima, right? Go make a sharp left.
Sharp left, Roger!
Wait, no more sharps, Maybe a gentle left. I like gentles.
Fire, by the way, Percy,
Or maybe a
fire
flat.
coming
I was gonna
out
say,
at while
you
you're saying this.
stole my joke.
That's from Lev. I'm gonna need another. Let's do an athletics. We'll give you an athletics roll.
like
Can I have a
athletics
computer's check from March to
Fabulous.
make sure we path it right? And then Brew with a 14. That's all you know. You don't know who owns it. You don't know what's going on. All the data that's in front of you. It's like
I just know
there's
it's the
fire
closest.
behind you.
Yep.
It's the closest. Percy and Glorp, how's that fire coming?
I
so
mean,
Glorp
okay,
just shot
so-
an ice shard at the door where the fire is coming out of, so that hopefully maybe extinguish some of the flames, so I can get in there, or at least get. Can I get a temperature reading to see maybe if it would be at a temperature that would be hot enough to melt my homunculi, or if
Sure.
I can at least maybe send something that doesn't have skin in there.
I mean,
to survey
very
the
important
damage.
question.
The ice shard would have exploded in theory. That is what it does after I throw it. So
What's the radius?
That's kind of why I was hoping for maybe a ray of frost,
5
so that we weren't
The thing is-
throwing knives at equipment.
Okay, but the thing is, both Ray of Frost and Frostbite indicate that I need to have a creature as a target, right? So can I even?
I mean,
As the GM in this moment, I
it's a
say
cantrip.
you can target that thing wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah, okay,
I
so I
feel like
tossed
that
the
makes
initial
sense.
ice knife in there, which clearly melted in the fire, and then now I've been
Steam?
frostbiting, I guess. Frostbiting and Ray of Frosting.
So you're just
putting
like
frost
firing
on-
on
yeah,
all
just-
cylinders
just,
here.
Just
Every
trying
6
to like, yeah, essentially
seconds, right?
cool
Because it
everything
takes an
down.
action. So every 6 seconds, you hear like a little, tss, and I just like a little like shot of frost comes out, and I'm trying to just.
Steam starts billowing out of the engine room, just
I mean,
filling
just
the
imagine
entire
like
ship.
chaining cantrips, right? To like almost act as a living coolant for the engines.
But I'm also
You're-
not
you're,
going in there. I'm
is-
shooting them from outside because it would be way
Yes,
too uncomfortable
exactly,
for me to be in
exactly.
there.
No way.
Your
yeah,
comet
right.
shard, by the way, is like glowing rather brightly as you're doing this.
Cool.
Like it's almost like fueling you as you're just putting these fires out. Now,
So
Percy, I need an
magical.
investigation roll from you, my friend. And what was that strength or athletics roll there, Lev?
It was a 17.
Hell yeah. Left,
Oh.
you do pull. And the ship follows your muscles. Slavic.
Slavic
Okay.
exertion
Okay.
of force.
So,
What was that computer roll, real quick?
8 on the die plus 6, so 14.
14. Hell yeah. What were you going to say, Fran?
So, how adult onset are we, going with adult onset inspiration? Because apparently
in
I
my
have one
game?
marked on my sheet and haven't used it.
You let me.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where you cash it in where you really need the inspiration. right?
Yeah.
I just rolled a nat 1.
Steam in your eyes, in your nose. You're trying to look.
And so, like, I'm thinking about, like, almost using this as sort of an attempt to push through the conditions, right? Where it's like, okay, Ollie, I can't get anything because it's too steamy. So, like, it's the little, the tempered glass that's covering, where it's like ocular, like where the crystal is inside of it, right? That's powering this thing. All I'm seeing is it's just all steamed and fogged up, right? So like I have to get in there myself to try to figure out and assess the damage while Glorp is just firing ice and like, trying to like cool things down all around me, right? 'Cause it's very tight and I'm a big guy, right? So it's like, it's really hard for me to like try to, I'm just almost like trying to like duck down and crawl in there and just get a part of like, because like my belly will eventually hit and I'm just going to
You are
be squeezing
sweating
a bit.
immensely.
Sweating, it's hot, everything is like I even through my thermal clothing, it's like I can feel like the hot pipes or wires or whatever like pressing against as I'm like squeezing past here and I'm looking in and the investigation unfortunately if I don't cash this inspiration is a nat 1, so I'm just gonna cash it in. We're gonna check that off the sheet, hit save, make
Beautiful.
sure that, and we're just gonna try one more time. Okay.
Sigh of
Yes.
relief.
That's a 24.
Damn. All right. Well, with March's computer, you can see the readings on the ship's engine heat going down slowly, and you now
Surprised
that
the
we're
screen's
facing
still working, honestly. Yeah.
now that we're facing the right direction, you can see like one more controlled burst from the engine will get us into that wild space, and you just have to press the button However,
This goes
while
against everything I stand for. This goes
while
against everything
you're-
I stand for.
dealing with that, Percy, you can't see a fucking thing. It is all steam all the time. However, that night you spent working instead of sleeping, all of that extra time you spent working with Choom on the ship, muscle memory starts to kick in. And you can see one of the coolant lines on the actual prism is just
Flapping.
full on
Yeah.
spraying
Okay.
everywhere. And if you can manage to reconnect it,
Oh shit.
it should at least stop the heat from the engine.
All right, Percival, it's time to show everybody you're worth your stuff.
Marge, get ready with
got
that button.
this.
It's blinking. It's blinking.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
Whew. I'd say since you're doing it based on instinct more than anything, maybe survival, or
maybe more my
sleight of
learnedness we could lean on.
Sure. What do you think? What are you thinking?
No,
Convince
because this is a physical thing I have to do.
Yeah,
And
and you
so
can't
I would
see.
rather just use my dexterity. Can I use my intelligence in any way? I don't know if this
Convince
is
me.
an intelligence check, because intelligence is not going to power the action necessarily.
No.
That's just going to make
and
me know
neither is
more about it.
investigation
So
because you already saw it.
it's going to have to be dex. You don't? I'll use my It's going to be a dex check of some kind. Maybe we'll just do. I mean, it doesn't matter what skill you tie it to. I don't really have any proficiencies in those things. I'm just gonna rely on my
You already
dexterity.
used your
Is it either I
good
could
luck.
do this, or I could use a lower strength? Okay. Here's this is to let you in my thinking here and why this is a hard decision. Because I could try to use strength as well. My strength is lower than my dex as far as the bonus. However, I could give myself advantage using my armor of assisted strength. But I would just be using a flat die roll, right? Because I don't have athletics.
Yep.
I don't have anything like that. So is it
I'll take
better
either.
either to get two? What I'm asking myself is, would I rather one d20 plus 2, or risk it with just 2d20 and that's just the number I get, right? It's a difficult choice to make. So fuck
And the
it. I'm gonna
choice you
use my
must
armor
make.
of assisted strength. I'm gonna try to use my strength, and I'm gonna give myself 2 shots at a good number here.
And now, by the way, just so we are all seeing from Glorp's POV, you just see a giant GIF ass stuck in a.
With steam pouring out of this little room where the engine maintenance stuff is. Choom definitely tailored this more to himself than he did to me, and I think that was fucking intentional in its design. And we will have words about this later. Okay. Well, one was a 4. We could throw that one away, but it's a 9.
You rolled a 9?
I rolled a 9.
So you reach in and you grab that line and you just shove it into the engine using your assisted strength.
Yeah.
You hear hissing, massive amounts of hissing, which indicates you did not reconnect this line. However,
No, and I think I pulled something.
you are now holding the line directly on the prism, which is blasting coolant all over the prism.
The thing
So
that's powering the engine. Yeah, sure.
it is working-ish, but you have to stay there
I have
holding
to literally
this.
stay like this, stay stuck like this.
And March, you
No, this
see
is right for Percival, I think. This is right for him.
You see the readings go into green for the first time since this all started, and that glowing button, it says if you're gonna give that boost, it's gonna be now. You press it.
Son of a bitch. Hits it.
As Percy, you feel a wave of ether just as you're holding this line and the heat coming off. Glorp, you're still cooling, and you pick up your efforts once you see the glowing coming from around Percy's ass.
Wait, Glorp, freeze me in place here. if you can at least freeze my ass to the door, I won't fly out of here if this engine just blasts out of here. Okay? I need you to freeze me here so I don't just get sucked out into space.
I used all of my ice power and shoot frostbite directly at Percy's ass.
Normally there's a saving throw, but because this is a willing freeze, I'm gonna assume that it's working. as you feel, you're gonna take damage though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cold. It hurts, but like all of this hurts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How much damage does frostbite do?
Yeah. how
Frostbite
much
does
do-
less damage than Ray of Frost, which is why I'm doing
Yeah,
that
okay.
one. So it's 1d6.
Smart.
Okay.
1d6.
I will
roll
happily
it.
take the cold damage from this because I feel like that makes sense, and I'm trying to do something heroic here anyway. So
Will you roll the d6?
yeah, roll the damage.
Basically, we're
Might
trying to
as
see
well.
how close
Do
to the
honors.
hole
Please
that
do
you
the
get.
honors.
Let's see how
It
much
is-
I
it
hurt
is-
you. Oh, 1. Yay.
Yay! You slap him right on the booty cheek.
Yeah,
I got a lot of
wow.
cushion.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have a lot of cushion and insulation
For the
in that
pushing,
particular
baby.
part of me. So
I aim for the outsides and not for the butthole.
I really, Glorp, you are truly my hero. Thank you.
So March presses the button. A huge lurch. Lev, one more, please. Just one more. Athletics to see how this goes. Brew, you see on your console, there's a rift nearby, and you just have to like make sure the ship is aimed the right way. So here's what we're gonna do. This is a we together mechanic that I'm sharing with y'all today. Lev
Ooh,
and
look
Brew.
at that. The crossover has started.
Lev and Brew.
Okay.
Lev roll athletics. Brew roll investigation? Perception?
Perception. Give him perception.
Perception,
We'll do
please.
perception. Yeah, we'll do perception. And it's not about how high you get, because you guys are working in concert. It's about
Okay.
how close together you roll.
Oh, that's interesting. I like this. No, I like this. This is like
I-
togetherness. I love this.
Uh-oh.
So it's with or without pluses.
What did you
Still using modifiers if it's
Yeah, still use your
get?
modifiers.
Still use modifiers.
I got a 12.
I got a 20.
That is an 8-point difference. So what happens is you see Lev pull the joystick to the direction as Brew, you are lining up the computer's automated system. However, Lev, you've been looking at your muscles this entire time, and they've been getting swole. And as you pull just a little too hard. So as we come into the rift, we don't come nose first. We come sideways.
Do you want to maybe do you
No.
someone's
love
gonna clip
everything that was just
someone's
said.
gonna clip that.
Love it. Clip
I
it.
feel like it's like that Jean-Claude Van Damme moment in Street Fighter when he just like punches a guy and he just sits there and flexes.
Yeah, you're like pulling. You're like, oh
"Arr."
damn. Reminds me of my heyday. You probably haven't gotten that big of a press like
There's
this
maybe some.
in a
I
while.
mean, the thing is, it's so loud in here. We can't hear the creaking of his exoskeleton, right? So it all just looks like the glory days of Lev right now.
The
As you
creaking of
guys
his
drift-
exoskeleton. Wow.
He's described that exactly like that before. I am using his words.
That's right.
As you guys Tokyo drift into this rift, it hits sideways first, and all of a sudden, I need every single person on this ship
No.
to roll me a con save, please.
Oh, I'm really good at these. Actually, I am kind of good at these.
I'll roll one for
Percy.
Choom as well.
Come on, Percy. You're a big boy. You could do this.
Shit.
I heard a shit. Go ahead, Glorp. Since you're on my virtual left, always pass it to the left.
15 with my modifier.
15.
Yes.
I think it also has something to do with the fact that your insides are not the same as everyone's. So you might feel this a little differently. But when you get hit into wild space going that speed, like you feel like your insides do like a little warble. However, since you tied the DC, and in my games, ties always go to the player, you are used to the wobble. You're used to the vibration. So it's not that big of a deal for you. You're still freezing Percy ass right now.
I just look like Jello
Brew?
that's been smacked. Like you see me just like rippling.
There's like an oscillation to Glorp right now.
Brew.
It's a 12.
I mean,
You
Oh, no,
not
are
terrible.
also used. You're used to having a foreign body inside of you. Clip it.
That's also
and
true.
It does. You're that nausea feeling. You've kind of after the first time we went into wild space and you had that horrible 3-episode long.
Yes. Please don't give me another one.
No, you in your mouth a little bit, maybe a little bit, but you hold it together just enough.
Rue wants to be an adventurer, and this is part of adventuring.
Do I get bonuses for like my immunity building up? Like, is that how that works?
That's
sure.
Leveling up is how that works, and
Sure.
Okay, Fran, you're not the DM today.
That's
just the game part of it. That's just the game part of it.
Proficiency on not throwing up. There you go.
All right,
that's my gift to you, Rue.
DCs are flexible.
I can hold it down. I love it.
Your symbiote is like, yes. Lev, how'd you do, bud?
I got a 16.
Brother.
11 plus 5.
As the wild space hits you, it also like you haven't eaten much. You also don't really sleep. Pretty sure you said.
No, I don't have to. Nope.
So it doesn't
outside of this, the astral sea.
It doesn't affect you the same way that it might affect others. Percy.
As you know, artificers do get proficiency in Constitution saving throws. So yes. I got a filthy 19.
I would say you barely notice between the ass freeze, the sauna.
I have so many other things that are affecting me that this is just another lurch, another feeling, another thing to add to the pile of shit that my body can barely process right now. It's all adrenaline.
March.
16, no modifier.
My brother, you not only managed to press the button, not only managed to read the diagnostics, and not only managed to enter wild space, but you, my friend, didn't even spill your coffee. As you come out, you're still holding it up.
That's impressive, because that means also the gravity generator is still online, which is good for us at least.
Fantastic. Fantastic news.
Yeah. Now, the second we pass through the barrier, all that coffee catches up. Oh! Everybody do not get between me and the bathroom.
Are we still spinning? Are we still spinning?
Shriek.
I can't tell anymore.
All of you would see Choom just completely head in bucket, just full on, just oh fuck, oh fucking shit, bro. Oh my god, oh, it's so much worse than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, it's so much worse. I rolled with my proficiency bonus. Doesn't matter. I rolled that one. So Choom is like full on head and bucket, not able to really make heads or tails. So he's out of commission right now.
I'm so mad at him, but I can't. This is not the time or place.
The engine dies down, and you all are now in wild space.
Mm-hmm.
Percy, the engine has
in a vacuum.
Now that the ether has cooled, and we're not using the engine anymore, it stops spewing ether out, which stops the flame.
I mean, that's good.
Well, here's the real question. Does Glorp stop freezing your ass?
Glorp, that's great. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's so cold.
The first thing I do, if there is a moment of like where it's like everything is not on fire, and I have just like a second to like collect myself, I'm not even gonna try to pick myself up. I'm literally just going to like grab my device, like whether it's my phone or whether it's a tablet, like whatever I have still on my person. And the first thing I'm gonna do is tap into the diagnostics of the ship and check life support. I want to make sure that our air envelope and the things that, the equipment that is generating that is not damaged, so that we're not going to, fucking suffocate.
Suffocate to death. TPK, first episode. Love it. Anyway, can you please roll me computers? And I will give you
I would be glad to. I would be glad to. As this is the system that Choom was just like, you do that.
Yeah. Especially life support. Choom's like, I support my own life.
Fucking Christ. I'm so glad that I had advantage. Because there was a 1 on one of those. So I just rolled them both at once. So we don't even know which one was going to be the first one. But that is a 14.
14. You are looking through diagnostics and you notice that for all of his faults, all of his shortcuts, the one thing Choom made sure to do was keep the ether network and the engine very separate. in
From
all
the
ways except
systems
for
that I put
from-
together.
From all the systems that you
He's not even he's not even on the sly siphoning power. You know what? I didn't roll high enough to know that. So maybe we'll save that for another time.
If you had
So-
rolled higher, I would give you more.
Maybe, yeah, we'll just say, but we'll just leave that a mystery for now. But for now, Percival is a little less mad. He's still mad, but a little less mad because we're not all
Life
going to just
systems?
now suffocate and die. So I'm relieved that we can at least maybe somehow salvage this.
Life support online, comms online, navigation
Gravity online.
gravity online,
Okay.
engine critical failure.
Yeah, of
Shitter
course.
occupied.
Shitter.
There's two. There are two. I remember at some point someone did ask me about the map of the ship. I have an audience member, and I will say that I think I mentioned that unfortunately because I designed that in I think it was a Dungeon Draft or something like that. I have Dungeon Draft. It apparently did not save that progress, so the only version of it I have is from many revisions back. So I still have a screenshot of it somewhere. I'm going to find that. I will post it up so people can kind of see the layout I had in mind. It's just that I still have to I have to recreate that now, unfortunately. So, but I do have a layout for this ship. I did make a map of it, and
It's beautiful.
there are at least 2 restrooms. That's all we
So
have
one of
space
them
for.
Occupied.
One of them ocupado.
Ocupado. So Percy, as you look up in like a sigh of relief, as you look up from your diagnostics, everyone who's in
Ass frozen to wall.
ass frozen to wall, I would imagine you've gotten yourself out of the sweat. Makes you easy to pull
It's going
yourself.
to take me some time. I've almost kind of actually resigned myself to this until
To
I'm
be
ready
in
for
the
someone
hole.
to help
Okay.
me out. Yeah.
So everyone except for Percy and March, who's ocupado in the cockpit, would look up, and for a moment, everything that you're going through would become a secondary notion. As all of you almost are caught in the wonder of what you're seeing. The Brahima system is a monoplanetary system, which means one star, one planet in this system. And the planet is absolutely massive. And you see, looking out into the wild space, the small bright lip of the quasar star in the center of this system. And what seems like endless, shimmering, golden clouds, almost nebula-like, as it's like glittering in the wild space. It is absolutely breathtaking. As the planet comes into view of the cockpit, swirling gold and silver, all kinds of extremely high pressure. You can see almost like Jupiter's red spot, like a hurricane kind of taking shape on its surface. And you see that it's orbited by several moons, 6 to be exact for those of you who are keeping track. One of those moons is massive, and it is very bright, and you can tell because that side you're looking at is nighttime. There are glittering lights on its surface, indicating a potential cities on this moon. The planet is called Irad Prime, and that moon, Irad Minor. As Brew, you would see all this on your navigation tools.
Right.
As Chum would stick his head out of the bucket and be like, "Flag Mayday! We need help! Somebody flag Mayday!"
I'm a little stuck right now, so if I could just, Lev, if you want to just, you do the comms, right? You've been doing great with those.
What was that called? Irad Minor is the moon?
Yeah. Don't worry, we're not going there.
Oh.
Yeah, I send out
it's like, as in the letter Y, R-O-D, Irad.
Why rods?
I send out a message on all frequencies, all known frequencies, all common frequencies in the area. Mayday, SS Astrid. In need of serious repair. Hello.
You hear a crackling on the line. It is like a line of silence. And then you hear, "Mayday! Move the fuck out of the way!" As that comes completely across the line, you see a massive neon lit eyeball just come into view of the ship, and you hear as the front hull of your ship is just scraping along this sign as it's passing, just scraping for an uncomfortably long
Is
amount
this like
of
a
time. Brad, I'm
billboard,
relying on you.
like a digital billboard or something like that?
It looks kind of like it, but it's so big and you're so close you cannot make out.
We're just
anything
scraping
that's on.
against this.
Just
Yeah.
scraping
Beautiful. I
against
can
it.
perfectly see this. Okay.
Scraping against it, and then you hear "fuck" over the comms. Ah, jeez! I'm gonna get fucking fired for this. Prepare for boarding. And you hear the line.
Hold on, wait, who's boarding what?
The line's dead.
Oh.
And Choom sits up and he's just like, all right, guys, I know normally I'm very helpful in these situations, but if I don't get to that engine room, we might explode. He looks at Fake Watch. Not so timely, Mana. So I'm going to go deal with that. You guys deal with this. I have complete faith in
We'll deal with this. You
You
deal with that, and because I'm stuck here. You have to crawl over me, Choom, to get
I'm
in
going to give
there.
your ass a nice little slap on the way,
Oh,
and then I'm
of
just
course
going to
you
crawl over, give you a little kiss on the forehead. Love you, buddy. And then run up to I am now swinging like vines.
You're in all this. You're in all the stuff I can't fit in.
Oh, yeah, dude. So a couple minutes, tense minutes pass by, and you see a small shuttle approaching the ship. And the shuttle kind of lines up docking with you, and on the security console, you get a docking request from what looks like a Captain Poga.
They can request those?
Yes.
There's actually
That should
you can
tell you
actually
something.
request that.
That should tell you something that they're requesting
I've been-
it and not
been
just take.
boarded against our will so many times.
So, security council, do you accept the request? I think that's Lev.
Yeah.
right?
I'm not security.
Yeah, I accept it.
It's a small shuttle. Probably mans maybe 4 people. As the shuttle docks with the asteroid in the docking bay, you hear as their little ramp connecting,
Mhm.
and the door opens. A little bit of fog for dramatic effect.
Well, and our air envelope, actually, it's not even just dramatic effect. Our air envelopes now mix because the two ships are now within each other's envelopes. So whatever air they're breathing, we're breathing, and they're breathing our air. It's all just mixed together
March,
now.
you come out of the bathroom and instantly hit with a wave of Scroll of Common Motions smoke.
Oh.
Just like, it's like, kind of the good shit too. Like, damn, kind of impressed. As the smoke just starts billowing into the ship. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goblins
Oh, it's a clown car of goblins.
start piling in to your bay. Who would have gone to the bay? I know Percy's still.
And have any of us ever seen a goblin? I also want. I mean, maybe March. Again, March is probably the only one who might be able to recognize, certain species that we would never have been exposed to in our time out there. Because, the raft probably has goblins somewhere.
somewhere.
I feel like there's a lot of kinds of peoples, but yeah, just like it's just another one of those things where it's like we know so little about these creatures in this universe.
So for the people at home, big, wide bat-like ears, deep-toned olive skin, yellow eyes, sharp, pointy little teeth, and none of them are speaking an intelligible language. They are all going as they're piling into your bay. Who's in the bay right now?
Well,
Percy's
my ass
stuck.
is sticking out to them. That's all they can probably see is my ass sticking out from like the small access door that leads into the tiny engine room.
And the bathroom, I believe, is up the ladder into the living space.
Yes, it's
right?
one floor up, and then the floor above that is where like the consoles and then the cockpit are.
So March, you would be looking down the chute at this display. Anybody else go to the security? Anyone?
I mean, I can look at. I'm just gonna keep looking at my small screen while I'm stuck here. I still have my little electronics.
The camera.
So I'm watching through I'm watching through Ollie as it's still floating and flying in the room behind me, like in the cargo base. So like I'm observing this through my homunculi.
Yeah,
Anybody
I think
else?
Homunculus.
Yeah, Lev would consider it as part of his duties
Security
to be there. Yeah.
Agreed.
Bruce
Yeah,
staying at
Glorp-
the navigation station because he wants to keep things going.
And
Also-
make sure that we know where we are and get more information. I love
Yeah,
this. Thank you, Bruce.
He's probably like out of breath as he like gets. Oh, sorry.
Beautiful.
Security.
As you all see the goblins, now again, this is actually a really good question that fan posed. None of you have ever seen a goblin, right? That is to the fact.
Maybe not. I feel like maybe we should just roll and see if we've ever seen a goblin. Why
I
not?
don't know.
Roll history.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's say on Concordia, they're not.
No, there's
Maybe-
no.
maybe they're-
There would be none. There would be none in our
Right.
home system.
Maybe
These
an
would
extinct
be-
species kind of a thing.
We know so little about our home world. As kind of Florthak seemed to imply that we don't really know.
Maybe they're mythical creatures then. They're just like stories.
Possibly. Oh yeah, that's not a good history.
It's the only way you would fucking know anything, right? I love Nicole's face right now. Tell me what you rolled, please.
I mean, I am fucking confident I know exactly what these things are with the nat one I just rolled. I'm not right, but I am confident
Oh.
these are dragons.
Beautiful. Prepare for me a Glorp monologue while we go through the rest of the rolls. on
Of course.
What
I mean, I feel like
goblins
they
are.
always have one ready.
Because I need that in my life right now.
Well,
Brew,
they're not goblins. They're convinced that they're dragons.
whatever you want them. Nicole,
dragon
whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. Make up anything. Brew?
So
you're not here. Are you looking on the camera?
No, but here's kind of where Bruce sits right now. So the whole point of him, right, is like he wants to learn about these fantasies and these worlds that he's heard about and read about. But because of where I come from, the people writing these stories also don't know anything about them. So they're making things up. So I think, once again, like Glorp, that I know what a goblin is, but I'm absolutely wrong in my assumption of what a goblin is, based on the stories that I've read that are also making false assumptions about what goblins are. So I rolled a 4.
Oh, yeah.
So I am very, I believe I think I know what a goblin is, but like I think they're friendly little like mini creatures that like help you find gold.
That's like calling a gremlin a friendly little
Right.
creature. Lev, history check. How would you do?
I rolled a raw 16.
So what you would know of whatever Glorp and Brew are smoking, you are like, I remember goblins being kind of like almost considered pests in the mythological stories. Vermin almost even. They ransack and do kinds of crazy shit. So for you, this is like, oh shit, are we about to get robbed? Like, what's going on right now?
Stereotyping. Got it.
Yes. I mean, you are Lev. Percy. Different time, you know? Percy. What did you roll?
On my, what was it? History? Oh, it was not great. It was an 8.
You are terrified because your whole ass is now facing a bunch of sharp teeth, unknown green things.
Yeah, and I don't like the idea. I don't want this. Who just walks into someone's ship and starts biting people's butts? That's fucked up, man.
Hey, man. Who walks into someone's ship with 10 goblins?
I mean, that's also true.
We did
Dave,
accept it.
Now, this would be interesting. Dave, you've
did
lived
not
in this
say that.
universe for a while, and goblins do exist in the greater universe. So,
Oh, yeah.
what do you know?
Well, I had a 7 plus 6, so yeah, like I know what a goblin is. I just couldn't afford to go to those brothels.
And on cue, feeding the line right to Glorp as we all are looking at this scene, Choom pops out of a panel and goes, "What the fuck is even that?"
Wait a second. I know what these are. Guys, look. They have cute little noses and they're twitching while they smell things. And they have big floppy ears and the ears look really soft. Like I bet if you pet them, they would feel like velvet. And yeah, I mean, they have a mouthful of teeth and they look sharp, but don't worry. Those sharp teeth mostly get used for chewing on toys because these are absolutely definitely puppies. And puppies are the best thing that has ever happened in the universe. You get to pet them and they wag their tails. And if you throw a ball, they'll chase it and they'll bring it back to you. And you can name them things like Fetch and like Spot. And if one picks you, you get to love it forever and ever and ever. And I want that one.
Yes, and it is huge responsibility. It pees in house sometimes. We need to be careful just taking in
Wait,
pets.
hold on a
want all
second.
of
Why are we
them.
talking about pets? Aren't these just who are you people? What is happening?
I'm yelling from behind, like again, like they can hear my voice, but like they can only see
You're gonna do the muffling effect.
my
in the
big
post,
ass.
right? From behind the wall.
Does someone want to go puppet his ass real quick?
As Glorp, you point at the one you want, and he's like mid nose pick with his pinky. And he looks at you and just wraps his long tongue around it, and he's just like, ah! Just gives you like a fucking very unfriendly, like hiss, like look as you hear from the smoke. I wouldn't pet any of these ones. They're not house trained. As you see from the smoke, a grizzled, old, very tired of this shit halfling man smoking a massive stogie of calm emotions, dressed completely in clown makeup as he walks onto the ship. And as he enters, Brew, at your station, now that you are done scraping along the side, the big billboard with the neon sign comes into view, and you just see Pridley's Amazing Traveling Circus.
Oh
And
no.
that
Pridley's?
is where I will end
Oh no!
this session.
I hate
Chaos.
clowns.
Starting us off
fucking
with a bang,
good.
of course.
I absolutely hate
No
clowns.
less.
Oh my god.
We don't know if they're clowns.
He's in clown makeup.
That's like the
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh yeah, we
I-
do have some shared trauma about mimes, don't we?
Oh
I also
god.
hate clowns.
It's the same thing, basically.
But like,
well-
we don't know if these are gang affiliated,
But
so we know.
but
this could be-
clowns clowns speak.
Don't worry, I'll make it. Don't worry, I'll
Oh,
make
man.
it affiliated.
Thank you guys for embracing the chaos on that. That was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. And if you like us, we heard these links. They
Yeah,
grow
tell
on
them.
trees.
You tell them, Sebastian.
You can find us all across the internet at linktr.ee/hapless heroes. We are all over the place, so you can check that link tree and pick the fruit you want and enjoy it at your leisure. Our Discord, though, is the crown jewel, I've heard, of our community. I've seen.
The
I'm in it.
sweetest fruit of all on the tree.
A fantastic place for discussions, side stories, and connecting with fellow fans. We are also very active in it, and we'd love to see you there. And if you really like us, I don't have the allergy, so I'm just going to say it. Like, subscribe, comment, keep that LEG rhythm strong so we can spread our love of haplessness across the internet. If you really, really like us, consider leaving a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice, or drop a review in our previously said Discord server. We have a 5-star channel, so we can acknowledge the 5-star human that you are. Fran, do we have someone to acknowledge today?
Well, at the time of recording, I recently actually discovered where to find the comments people have left on Spotify, which is something apparently you can do now.
Hey.
And so I want to say two things. First of all, a sincere apology to Rick, who commented on episode 287 of season 1 with a question for our mailbag episode.
Oh my god, that was like over a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, this was 9 months ago, so I think that maybe the mailbag episode had already aired by then. Regardless, though, Rick, I'm so sorry that we missed his comment. I did reply on Spotify, but I am also going to just shout you out here. Hey, bud, thank you for telling us that we're awesome. And saying that we're fun to listen to and would recommend us to anyone looking for a D&D podcast. That's very kind. That is extremely
Beautiful.
kind.
So beautiful.
We love you. And also, our boy, Jake, that guy commented on a recent episode.
Jake!
Of course you
Just
did.
simply saying, that wait, no, I still want to like that. Why won't it tell me what episode that's on?
You're cursed.
63?
It's one of them. Jake wouldn't mind us.
Come in another
paraphrasing.
episode saying get cracked it up. So hey, we see you, but we know you, but we see you, and we thank you for interacting with us in the various forms of ways you can interact with us. It makes us happy to see those things.
I love that guy.
We love that guy.
If you really, really, really like us, you can support us on our Patreon. Your contributions help us keep this show ad-free, cover hosting costs, and handle any equipment repairs that we may need in the chaos that we ensue upon. Plus, you get access to awesome bloopers and tons of extra content. Fran does a great job keeping that nice and fresh and juicy for all of you. And
I am compiling so many things right now because I'm trying to think about since it is something that you can make as an RSS feed now. I'm trying to see that. So we've had a lot of short form bloopers in the past, or just little clips, but I want to see about maybe putting a little bit more production into the collection of things that I have queued up, so that we can kind of almost make them their own little.
Little side podcast?
Because again, we have the free episodes we have on there with the interviews we've done, and we'll continue to do with other creatives in the community that we've been interacting with, as well as the ones, that you really only have to pay a price of a cup of coffee every month to get access to. And so I want to make sure that we're always, trying to raise the bar on like what we're giving back to you to help keep us running, because we have been for so long now, and it's all thanks to all of you.
And that's a perfect segue, Fran, because you know who else does an additional podcast on their Patreon?
No, tell me.
If you happen to catch up on all the Hapless Heroes craziness and are craving more, you can find me, Seb.
There's more?
There's more! You can find me, Seb, as I wear the GM hot hat, in a more official capacity on the We Together podcast. Check us out on our link tree, linktr.ee we2gaming. That's we, the number 2 gaming. And honestly, we do so much cross. If you come over to our Discord, if you're in the Hapless Discord,
we're all hanging out in all of these places.
I don't know. This sounds like Seb just using a chance to promote his own stuff here. We definitely haven't advertised this ourselves every week for the past couple of weeks, pushing that people go listen to this too.
We've never pushed this. We've never been coerced to do so. None of us have been held against our will,
except right now,
in any capacity, in any way, to push Sebastian on you further.
That billboard almost said We Two Gaming this episode, so I don't know what I'm just kidding. Actual billboard. Now,
that'd be the fun universe crossover anyway.
That would be kind of fun. Before I end the episode in official capacity, I must give an outro to our amazing cast here. And I will be starting on my virtual right this time, which is different now because I full screen. So who knows? Chaos reigns. Lou as Lev Zangief.
My name is Liv, and I think I'm gonna hate clowns and puppies or whatever.
Fran as Percival Flawhest.
I can't adjust the angle. This is really embarrassing. I'm sorry. This is not my face. I'm not sure if you knew that. My face is in here.
Roll con to fart. Dave as March.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzboar. Hold on.
Say that. Let's just say this is a rite of passage for anyone who DMs for this show. You got to get through it. You got to. It's like saying it. You got to say it a few times fast to really get the cadence of that. The real true.
It's the triple alliteration, bro.
Brunner Brew Blitzboar.
The triple alliteration fucks me. Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzboar.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. I'm ready for an adventure, even if it seems like a little bit of a weird one.
And Nicole as Glorp Glep Glep.
His name is Chomp, and I'm going to teach him to roll over and to fetch and to shake hands and to speak.
And I am Seb. Thank you guys so much for enjoying this first Seb GM adventure, and have a fantastic evening.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.